Nested loop in Python set number 9, programs on various patterns. And the patterns coming up are these two, in which we are going to introduce how to give leading spaces, because if you note, then in each row the numbers are not getting printed directly, they are getting printed after getting some spaces in front. Okay, so keep thinking once, pause the video, think what do you think is the speciality of this case, and then comes up the code. Here is the code and here is the explanation. In case you want to observe the code and try to think on your own, please pause the video, do your part as a coder. If you enjoy coding, then you should get the pleasure. And then verify. And in case you need my help, you can carry on. Okay. So here comes what the code says. See, the code is having three loops basically. 3 loops, one with R and one with C1 and one with C2. The R is representing the row. If you look into the explanation, in each row, when row is first row, there are certain number of spaces getting printed. Following it, there are certain number of numbers getting printed. So for each row number 1, there are 5 spaces and numbers from 1 to 1. For row number 2, there are 4 spaces and numbers from 1 to 2. For row number 3, there are 3 spaces and numbers from 1 to 3. For row number 4, there are 2 spaces and numbers from 1 to 4. This means in each row, you will find certain number of numbers in the loop for printing space. I have used this loop for printing spaces in front, and this loop for printing the numbers. Okay. Now, how to know how many spaces to print? For that, I have used this variable SP. SP is starting with 5, and when the row changes, once one row is over, then SP is getting reduced by 1. So first time SP is 5, but the second time SP is 4, because here after finishing off one round, SP is reduced to 1. So I can say C1 is going from 1 to the number of spaces that is given by SP. Then next time it is going up to 4. Next time it's going up to 3. So 1 to 5, 1 to 4, 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 1 to 1 and 1 to 0 is none. Never. Right. And here the second part of the same row is printing 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4 like that. So now it's time to show you the code. Here comes the output. If you look into the output, you will see I have used this dot to indicate the space. You know, if I just print the space, you might not be able to count easily. But if I show you this range, this C1, it is printing the leading spaces, and this C2 is printing the numbers. Just note it carefully. Numbers are starting with 1, so they all are starting with 1. The numbers are ending at the row number that is coinciding. Therefore, the row number and the end of it is matching, right? So it is going from 1 to R. And the number of spaces, first time there are 5 spaces, next time there are 4 spaces. So that is done with the help of SP. Now, I'm going to modify this code a little bit so that you can feel that yes, you can also do some other modifications. So here I change the dot to space and I am changing the 6 to 9. If I do that and then if I run the program, what do you think the output will be? Just look at the output. Can you see the number of spaces and the range has got its impact done. Here the value of SP is starting with count 8, right? And there are 8 spaces given in front of the first number in the first row. Then the value of the numbers are getting printed and the value of SP is reducing by 1. Okay, so coming up is a similar program code, similar. Just check that out. Here is the next pattern. Look at this. This one has got different number of spaces as compared to the previous one, right? So this one has got first time there is only 1 space. Second time there are 2 spaces. If you would like to convert this to 0 space, that will also do. If I want to look at it as 1 space in front, that will also do. because that is kind of flexible. Then if I would like to figure out how many spaces and how many numbers, you can find help in this column. This kind of column you should also make to understand how to split the work, right? Now in each row, the first row has got one space and the numbers from 6 to 1. The second one has got two spaces and the numbers are ranging from 6 to 2. So these two loops are going to work in this way. C1 is going from 1 to, if I keep another variable SP, that SP is changing 1 by 1. So I will say 1 to 1. Now this program is going to ask you, the program will ask you as if, can you figure out something which can be done to optimize or bring some more weightage to the variables. Okay, I will show that. Now please keep a look at this one as the output is brought in front. Alright, this is the output and I'm going to ask you to figure out the modification that I'm going to make now. Okay, here is a modification and for you to figure out what change has been brought in and what can you do to stop this leading space if possible, because these will be shown in the coming videos. Alright.